man, one, I have already been having a really awful week, and we're gonna get into that. But first, I find it hilariously ironic that, sorry, I'm holding the camera. I find it hilariously ironic that I just watched JJ the Trucker's video about carrying spare airlines because my airlines decided they no longer wanted to be a part of my operation. So yes, for you people at Landstar, I've already talked to safety. So don't try and late report me or are you posting videos on the side of the road? I've already called them. But normally, my airline's hanging right there. But they decided, or I guess the clip failed. Ripped my airlines out. Ripped my box apart. Which luckily is still functioning. And I carry spare airlines. So I have to go and find my old airlines because I just rigged these up to fit. But so I have to go walk back like a mile, or maybe it's about half a mile, and go find those, throw those on, and get off the side of the road, and call safety back and let them know that I'm making it down the road. But first, my God, it's unnaturally hot. Let's go ahead and play the intro, and we'll get into what happened the rest of this week too. But man, thanks JJ. What's going on, y'all? So, was going through my camera and realized that I saved that first clip and the rest of the files got corrupted. So, this video is gonna look kind of funny because, you know, got my hair done. I'm wearing the same shirt, but that video was like 3 weeks ago. But I'm gonna re-record it now. So, the way you're seeing me now is the same way you're going to see me on my next video because I'm recording it at the same time because I just happened to find this file. So I guess I can go ahead and finish that video. So, airlines. I had to replace my airlines. Obviously, I was on the side of the road. I was only out on the side of the road maybe 45, 50 minutes, something like that. I had the Maryland Highway Patrol come up to me, ask me if I was okay, and you know what happened, basically make sure I wasn't in any trouble. You know, obviously didn't get a ticket or anything. You know, he just stopped to make sure I was okay. And so I ended up finding those old airlines, bringing them back to my truck, taking off the glad hands, putting it on the new airlines, putting it in the truck, and I was good to go. So I was able to fix everything. Like I said, I was only there about 45 minutes. Was able to fix everything and got down the road. Now, with that being said, of why that week was horrible, which there's more to the airline story. I'll finish the airline story first. So, I was able to get down the road, got down to Killing 95, where I could, you know, obviously I had to replace my 7-way socket box that was hanging off the front of my trailer. I had to get that replaced. And I also bought, so the airlines I have on there now that was in the beginning of the video, I actually ended up buying another set of those exact same airlines, except not with a lot of lead left. You know, in case something were to happen to these airlines, I still have a spare set of airlines. So, was able to get that, had to buy a new electrical plug. What else? What else do I have to do? New lines, new socket, new electrical plug. I think that's about all I got. I bought some other stuff from that Killing 95 Chrome shop, but it's all like miscellaneous stuff. Like I bought a pallet jack stop for my pallet jack that I have in my trailer. Bought some spare lights for the sides and the back of my trailer, but that's here nor there. But anyway, if you're a driver, carry spare airlines. You can literally do it yourself. Why that week was horrible already though, because I had a week a week's worth, or I guess week and a half worth of freight. I had 3 loads I had to do. It was 3 liftgate loads. And normally for liftgate loads, what I've been used to is essentially that you get to the receiver, sometimes the shipper, but all of my shippers had docks. But you get to the receiver, me, the owner of the liftgate, controls the liftgate, and the people who are receiving the product, you know, get their stuff, put on liftgate, I lower them down, take the stuff off. All 3 of those loads didn't have anyone on site to unload. So not only did I have to control the liftgate, but I also have to, you know, unstrap or unsecure the load, grab a pallet jack, or my pallet jack, or I think one time I used theirs right before I got my pallet jack. But basically take all the freight from the trailer, put it on liftgate, jump down, lower the liftgate. I had to do that a couple times until I remembered I have a remote that I can hang up on the trailer wall. I just didn't plug it in. So I had to, you know, get the pallet jack, put it on the liftgate, lower myself down, push it off or wherever they wanted it, put the pallet jack back on the liftgate, raise myself back up in the trailer. So I had to do that for all 3 of those loads. And those were some tough loads, only for the simple fact of how hot it was. And just the back and forth, like some of the pallets were broken, so I had to use some extra equipment to, like, not really fix the broken pallet, but get it to where I can get a pallet jack enough in the pallet for me to be able to move the freight. So I was able to do that, but also it's like, it was just a lot of work. So like I said, I had to do that 3 times in a week, and that was something I guess it's always something that I was kind of warned about, but I didn't expect to have that happen 3 times in a row. Because like I said, it's not a normal thing. So it was already having a rough week, and then after that last delivery is when I had the airline situation happen. So after that, I just went home. So I've actually been home went home for about 2.5 weeks. And then obviously now I'm back on the road. But yeah, that was just a really, really rough week for me. So now I will say, even though it was a lot of work, those 3 loads still paid pretty well. You know, obviously I had to pay extra for, you know, the equipment I had, and then 2, the driver unload and stuff like that. So I got paid pretty well. Well, I got paid pretty okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say well, but I got paid pretty okay. It was enough to justify the extra work, I'll say that. I'm not in a super rush to do that again. At least not 3 in a row. I could do like one once a week, something like that, but certainly not 3 in a row. But anyway, I'm back on the road now. Obviously airlines are fine. I have a little problem with my clearance lights on my trailer. I think something with that socket, and I'm probably gonna just end up replacing that socket again. But I had an issue when they replaced that socket. My clearance lights would flash sporadically on my trailer, and it didn't do that before that socket got put on. So I'm thinking it's something in the socket, or maybe just a wire's grounding out somewhere in that socket. I'm probably gonna end up replacing it. Obviously we noticed it when the mechanic did the initial install, but then we couldn't replicate it, so we couldn't figure it out, and then it was fine from my drive from North Carolina down to Florida. And when I got to Florida, it started doing it again. So I took it in for a warranty repair at the TA down there, and we couldn't get it to replicate it. So he pulled me out of the shop. I went to go park. It started flashing again. So I ran inside, grabbed the mechanic, and brought him back out to the trailer so he could see. So he saw it, pulled it back, you know, pulled the truck back into the shop. And once we got back in the shop, couldn't replicate it. So obviously no issue. Can't fix the problem. You know, can't fix problem if they can't replicate it, even though he was able to see it. So it's a weird kind of, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But anyway, I'll get that looked at. For right now, I'll just stick to driving days until I can get that looked at, because every time I call a utility, it's supposed to be a warranty for TA, but at this point it's like I probably just need to take it to a utility. But I don't really have a time frame. I had the time frame when I was at home, but there was no utility dealer where I was. But now it's like I don't really have the time frame to sit and give my trailer to the dealership and hope for the best. You know, I kind of, you know, now I'm off home time, I need to run and make some money. So until I can get that kind of resolved, like I said, it's sporadic. Like one day it'll do it and one day it won't. So until I can get that resolved, I'll be on day shift, day driving, until I get it fixed. So I just want to come wrap up this video. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out to you guys today, which, you know, is already a few weeks behind. So I'm gonna get this out today. That way the next video you see, which again, I'm gonna be wearing the same thing, I'm gonna look the exact same. But I go ahead and edit that right now and have that ready to go for you guys for either a couple days from now or next week sometime. We'll see. But yeah, Carrier Spirit Airlines, read your bills. Make sure you know what you're accepting when you accept a load, and like I always say, think logically. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.